and soft skill programs to corporates. In IT technology, we predominantly deliver software technology programs. Today we deliver close to 125 technologies. To name few of them, it would be MS Office, Java, Microsoft Technologies, database, business intelligence tools, multiple scripting languages, both manual and automation testing, embedded technologies, and mobile applications. We do deliver latest on mobile technology Xamarin too. Similarly, in soft skills, depending on the level of participants, we deliver basic to advanced training programs. For the junior employees, we deliver trainings on communication skill, business etiquette, time management, personality development, and many others. For middle level management, we deliver programs like problem solving, conflict resolution, team dynamics, and many others. For the senior level programs, we have a different set of trainers who deliver trainings on leadership skills, negotiation skills, stress management, and multiple others. Today we deliver trainings to more than 100 plus clients. These clients are both in Bangalore as well as across Pan-India. We recently delivered our first program in Dubai too. To name few of our esteemed clients, they are Sasken, G Healthcare, Ariba, Symphony Teleca, ABB, Schneider Electrical, L&T Infotech, Mindtree, Nows, etc. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Rupam, who would be today's presenter. Mr. Rupam is a Microsoft certified trainer with more than 10 plus years of training experience. He delivers trainings on MS Excel, VBA macros, PowerPoint, MS Access, Open365, and Power BI. He too has delivered programs to multiple corporates like Sasken, Symphony Teleca, Ariba, Deloitte, IBM, Wipro, and Majid Al Futtaim, Dubai. I would request all of you to take this valuable time of yours and utilize his expertise and have some takeaways from this program. Now I hand over the session to Mr. Rupam. Good day to you all.
Thanks, Gopal. Warm welcome to all of you. My name is Rupam, and I'll be taking you through this webinar, through this demo session on Advanced Excel. So thank you all for taking out time to join this session. I see a lot of participants joining this call. So today's session will be predominantly on Microsoft Excel, Advanced Excel, what we call. And hence I presume that people who are here to attend the session have some basic knowledge about Excel. I mean, like how to create workbook, how to format cells, how to, let's say, work on various Excel sheets and graphs and charts and basic concepts. So from there, I would take forward. And since this is a short session, so I won't be able to take up many topics as such. I would have loved to take those topics. So please put your feedback, and whenever we are in the session, please do raise your hands. There's an option to raise hand if you have any queries or in case you have any issues while viewing the session. It would be an experience for me as well as yours, because I have most of the time I have been conducting sessions in classroom mode. So I have conducted few sessions on online, and this is a very new and great experience for me as well, to connect to different people in different places, geographical locations. Now, without taking much time of yours, we'll start. So in today's agenda, we said that we will be covering two very important and very good topics from Advanced Excel. One would be on interactive formatting using data tables, and second would be how to, I'll talk about how to create dynamic lists and where this can be used and how efficiently we can utilize that. Now, and at the end of the session, there is something great for you, and to check it out yourself, what Excel has to offer, what are the new features that have been incorporated in Excel. And once I show that to you, you will be amazed to see that. So please wait until the end of the session. We have so many things coming up in this session today, all related to Microsoft Excel. Here we go. So for the first demo, like the demo on data tables and conditional formatting, I'm sure all of you have been using Excel, and conditional formatting is a very generic feature, what we say, for Microsoft Excel. However, I would like to show you one great aspect of this conditional formatting today. Now, let's consider this data. This is a flat file. You can see just an Excel file. And this particular data is actually from a sales transaction scenario where we have location. So consider that there is a retail chain, electronics retail chain, which has got its stores in Bangalore, Mangalore, Mysore, and Bangarpet, like this. And they have recorded their sales for a year. So you can see from January to December, all the sales are here. And they have consolidated these months into quarters. That is absolutely fine. And they have assigned some sales lead. So, and they deal with some electronic items. Let's say they deal with laptop, television, smartphone, tablet, digicam, like that. And this is a sample data which has got the quantity that they have sold under each item or each group, sold by each individual or each sales lead. And this is the total amount, the total sales, which looks a very common and very simple Excel table or Excel data. Now, let's see what kind of inferences or what kind of insights or what kind of information we can gather from this flat or very dull looking data. Fine. Now, whenever we get some data, the first thing that we would like to see is how this data is actually appearing and what are the different components of this data. So first of all, to check what is the range of the data, we apply a filter. This is the way I do it. Like the moment I get a data, I just check. I just out of inquisitiveness, I just want to check what is the data talking about. So I see that, okay, this particular sales data is related to some sales related to this 5 different electronic items. That is absolutely fine. And okay, fine. We have 6 sales leads like Kishore, Navin, Ritesh, and etc. Now, once I go forward, I see some very unusual thing. I see that, okay, though it looks like everyone is selling everything, it is not the case. When I just select laptop here, I see that laptop is being only sold by Ritesh and Shomya. So just to get some insights, I just wanted to check something, and then it came out like, okay, tablets are being dealt by Jatin itself. Okay. So now my intention is not to show you how data filter works. but the intention is to use conditional formatting. Now for conditional formatting, what we do, we just go to this home and let's say select a particular cell and then go to conditional formatting and say new rule, and then we go here and then we say equal to, and let's say I want to highlight laptop, and then I just go to format, I select a color, okay, please check whether all of you are able to hear, because see, from my side it is unmute, and I hope everyone is able to hear. Those who are not able to hear me properly, please check your sound settings, your speaker settings. I have received one feedback from one participant saying that I'm not audible. So in case others also feel the same, please let me know. I will check from my side. Am I audible? Oh, great. Yes, yes, clear. Superb. Thank you. Thank you all of you for responding. So I'm loud and clear to all the participants. So Sunny, I would request you to please, voice is echoing. Okay. Okay, I have just checked. Things should be fine now. Okay, I'll also speak slowly so that you can understand what I am saying. Okay, so let me proceed. I select a color here and I say okay. And you see that this laptop is selected over here. And if I select this format painter and I click on the entire data range, you can see that, okay, fine, things are getting highlighted, good enough. Now, this is not the solution that we are looking for. Why? Because let's say you have invested some time. See, this is a very small amount of data. This is a small database. Now, if you have a large database and your boss or your management asks you to conditional format your data, and you do it, you take some time, you format this all, you put some colors and everything, you invest some time, and then they come back to you again saying that, no, this is not the thing I wanted to highlight. Let's say I want to highlight something else. So instead of laptop, I want to highlight Digicam. No, instead of Digicam, I want to highlight tablet. Now you are in a fix. Every time you have to change and then give it back to them. And that is an additional time you are investing for this particular thing. My objective is to help you to reduce time, not induce time. So watch me. The first thing what I will do is I'll clear all rules. And before I proceed with the conditional formatting, I'll give you a small tip or a trick how to convert this into a table. So when we are talking about formatting, we are talking about colors. Why not to utilize it to the fullest? And I just select a design here. And Excel recognizes that I am about to apply some conditional format here. And it automatically selects the data. It understands that, yes, my data is all around. And it selects the data range. And it also understands that I have put some text at the top which signifies the headers. I say, yes, Excel, you are absolutely right. I say, okay, and it converts my data into a tabular format. Now, tabular format has got some very good features. First of all, this design you can change at a click of a button. Second thing, if you notice, just look at this particular place where the headings and column A, B, C, D things are written. When I go down, the moment I move my cursor down, you see that those A, B, C has been converted to column headings. So that freezing of rows or freezing of cells is not required anymore. The moment you go down, you scroll, automatically your header becomes Excel's header. That is one good feature. Second feature is I want to add some formula over here, let's say. A very simple thing. I want to check the average sales. So Excel automatically understands that I wanted to add this average sales to the existing table. It automatically extends the formatting. Not only this, the moment I say that, okay, my average sales is nothing but total sales by quantity. The moment I say enter, see what happens. It understands that I would like to do the same thing for entire table and I don't have to drag and drop my formula. So these are some of the benefits, very good benefits of formatting. Okay. Now let me come back to the main part. So our objective was to highlight this, but interactively. What I will do, see, what I will do, I'll just mention here like this, group, and I'll mention here laptop, let's say, and here I will mention, let's say, quantity, and let's say I mention here 50, sorry, something like this. Now, what would I do with this? See, when you are applying filter, I'm applying filter and I'm going to conditional format and I'm saying new rule. I'm selecting this, till this much it is fine. So you say equal to, absolutely fine. Now something strikes in mind, like why to give a constant value here? Excel has got the features of referencing, then why not to use referencing for this part also? And we get an idea that instead of writing here laptop or digicam or television or smartphone, simply point to this place. So it says now $K1. That is absolute referencing. And I just select some color, random color, and I say OK, and I say OK. See what happens? Laptop again got highlighted. So you might think that, okay, the same thing is happening. No, the same thing is not happening here. Watch it carefully. I have applied the formatting to all these cells. Okay, it looks like that. But see here, what happens? Let's say boss says, I don't want to highlight these laptops. I'm interested to look into the transactions and sales of tablets. Give me the details of tablets. Yes, the moment he writes tablet here, the tablets are highlighted. The moment he writes smartphone here, the smartphones are highlighted. So see a simple conditional formatting, how it can be converted into an interactive one. So now once you have given this template to your boss or to your management, they will never come back to you again for the same reason. Why? Because you have given them a flexibility to use their own conditional formatting options. Similarly, not only it is applicable for text, it can be applicable for numbers as well. See, how do we go about it? Let's say your boss wants data to be highlighted where the sale, the quantity is more than 50. He considers that to be a very good quantity. Now, sorry. So what you can do, you can just apply the same concept here. You go here, say new rule, and you say contain, and here you say greater than or equal to, and you write here, and then you go here, and I'm interested in seeing some vibrant colors for my good quantities, and I say okay. Nothing has happened. Now see what happened. I format these cells like this. See, So now things are all interactive. Tomorrow my boss thinks, no, 50 quantity is not good enough for me. I want all the quantities which are in 70s to be appreciated. He enters and automatically the formatting changes. Now, sometimes he says, okay, I want to check anything greater than 40. So he can check it like this. So now interactivity has been applied over here. So instead of now no longer we require to do this particular step over and again. Once done, leave this and allow your management or boss to just insert the number and things will be happening here. So now to take this one step further, what I did, I said, okay, fine. I would rather go here and go to data. I don't want my boss even to type this smartphone there. So what I will do, I'll just go to data validation and I will select here list, and see I have mentioned these names somewhere here. Let me show you. Yeah, like this. And I say okay. The moment I say okay, what happens? See, my groups are in a list format now. I select DigiCam, things get highlighted. I select television, things get highlighted. So now this flat file, what we started off with, has changed into a colorful conditional formatted data. So this was one logic that I wanted to share with you. You can immediately use it into any type of data, and this will be a great experience for you as a learning experience also. And if you have already known these things, then it's great. So this was one topic that I wanted to share with you, and hope this was useful. In case of any queries, please feel free to ask your queries about any of these demos that we are performing today. Now I'm going to show you the next demo. That is again on a very simple data, and you might convert it according to your requirement. This is just to give you an idea how things can be automated without writing any code, without knowing programming logics and all, how things can be automated very quickly in very quick steps. Now let's take an example that there is a grocery store who is keen to have a point of sale terminal, and this particular grocery store actually deals with some produce, let's say fruit, non-veg and vegetables. And fruit means this is the list of fruits, this is the list of vegetables, and this is the list of non-vegetables, non-veg items. Now the point of sale item they have prepared like this kind of somebody has prepared it for them, and what they used to do it, like they will type here one item and the rate would automatically come, and they would put the quantity and automatically the total will be calculated. Let's say this is a very genuine simple type of point of sale terminal. Now the problem arises, like they have to type. First of all, they wanted something to be automated. So one part was automated. See, if you see here the rate, if I take my cursor to rate, actually there is a formula here, but you are not able to view this formula. So the guy who created this particular point of sale did one magic here. I'll show you how this magic can be done with, you can also do that in a single step. See what he has done actually, this particular, after writing this formula, he has actually made these cells hidden. So data the cells will look like this. If you take your cursor, you can go there, but nothing will be visible. Now, how to make it visible? You know that you can protect sheets also. If you say unprotect, I have put a password here. If you say unprotect, you will see that there is a big formula over here which calculates the rate of the item. Now, from where it is calculating the rate of the item, it is absolutely calculating the rate of the item from these numbers. So you can see that Apple is 150 and all. And what we have done, we have just created a list like this, just copy pasted these items there, and then we have used VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP is a very generic function used in Excel, VLOOKUP. So it looks up for this item and fills up the rate. That is what the simple task that it is doing. Now the pain point is here. I wanted this item to be changed dynamically. So we will do one thing here. Okay. I think I have to just close this Excel and open it once again. I think it has hanged because simultaneously a session is going on live and other applications are opened. I'll show you why this has happened. Let me just close it without saving, and when the audio is disconnected, my audibility is good. Okay, there might be some audio problem, so just check with your speaker settings. I'm trying, I have also changed my settings here, and hopefully things are fine. Okay. Okay, so we have come back to this particular sheet, and what I was saying that we had put a protection which was creating this issue, and I say okay, so the VLOOKUP is visible now, but my point is here, how to put item based on the produce. First of all, let me create the produce first, so that I create a list of produce here. For this, there are various methods, but I prefer this one. You just select and then go to data, go to formula, and see I have already created some. Let me delete them, and I created it afresh for you. Okay, so I just say define name and I mark it as produce. Let's say I want to call these three items collectively as produce. So this is the best way to do that. And I select it and then I name it as produce. Fine. So you see that when these three things are highlighted, this particular thing changes. It says produce. So now, see, watch me as I convert this into a list. I don't want people to enter any data. I will say list, and see how easy it is. Once you have defined the name, you can just say equal to produce and say okay. Here we go. The produce list is here. I can copy and paste like this and see everywhere I can see that particular list. This is first step. Now the actual magic starts here. I want that when fruit is selected, I should only have a list of items which is related to fruit. So for that, see how it is done. You select this list and first of all, you go to formulas, define name and name them as fruit. and you say OK. Now just understand one thing, very important tip here, that the name of this list should match this name. Similarly, the name for this list should match this name. So the spelling, these all things should be matching, then only it will work. So yes, it is. See what I have done here. Okay, so if I go to name manager, I'll show you once again. See here, it should match as I said. Absolutely. Let's not take any chances and make it as fruit as it is written over there. I say okay. I now again go to define name and mark it as vegetable. So vegetable is for this vegetable list. And see, I have taken a example which might not be relevant to your office environment, and I'm sure that is not relevant to any of your office environment. However, this was a very common thing, and it was a very like general topic which I could apply this indirect or dynamic list concepts. So I hope you would be able to use these concepts and not the example in your day-to-day work environment to automate things and to reduce your work time. And you just say like this. So now you see that all my 3 names are made. So if you click here, you can see non-veg is coming over here. So this means 3 of the names are done. This means absolutely 90% of the task, 90% of the task you have achieved. Now what I have to do, we have to actually mention something here. Say that if you select fruit, then the fruit list should come. How do I do that? I go to data and I go to data validation. The same process. I come here. See how easy and simple it is. So automating tasks and utilizing Excel to the fullest does not mean that you have to be an Excel guru. You have to just apply your logic and thinking capabilities and see how you can twist Excel functions or formulas or some features to give it a full-fledged option, a full-fledged template or file that you are making. See, now this time, if I cannot mention here anything. I cannot say equal to vegetable or equal to non-veg or equal to fruit, because I don't know what will be the produce that is selected. So to resolve this, there is a function called indirect. Indirect, and then actually indirect has to point to somewhere. So the point is actually C8. So I just write here C8, or you can just click here also, C8 will come. Now you just say okay. Sorry. Now see what happens when you click on fruit. You should be getting a fruit list. So let me show you. When you click on non-veg, see, if I take this list down, if I click here, non-veg, see, non-veg items are coming. And if I click in vegetable, click here and see vegetable is coming. I put quantity, something like this, and I get to see exact point of sale transaction sheet. So what actually happened here? So let me explain the scenario over here. So this creating of list was very simple, and that was usual, like we do it day in and day out. However, pointing to this particular cell from here was the actual catch. We wanted that if vegetable is selected, my vegetable list should come. How did we achieve this? Through this data validation. And now you can see that if you take your cursor here, see what is happening. You say indirect C10. So ideally, when you give a formula, it actually takes the value of that particular formula. But here, it takes this particular C10 as a name range. So automatically, it understands that vegetable has to be a name range, and it points to that name range. So instead of directly pointing to a cell, it is indirectly pointing to a cell. It is pointing from here to here. So this is the actual catch of indirect function. So this is how it works. So these were the two short and crisp demos that I wanted to share. I wanted to share with you two very good features of Excel, and I'm sure you will be able to use these features in your day-to-day work. But please don't go away, because I have something very interesting and very powerful to show you what Excel can do. Okay. So, and any queries if you have regarding this particular session or these topics that we have just taken, please feel free to send your queries, or even while we are in this session, you can raise your hand and you can just pose your question. Now I'll just go for 2 minutes. I forgot something in the sales data. Now sales data looked very flat, and then we just converted into some conditional formats and all those things. But there is much more than these formats. Okay, see here, watch it carefully. See, now this was just a database. We know that in Excel we have options to create pivot tables, pivot charts, and believe me, using Excel, using basic tools, basic features of Excel, you can create dashboards and scorecards like you have never seen before. I just got some time and I created a dashboard for you to view, that the simple flat file that you saw there can be converted into these kind of dashboards. You might feel that, okay, fine, these are just 3 charts, what else? But this is not just 3 charts. Please pose your question if you have any queries regarding to this particular session. Okay, so one of the participants wants to know, says show it again, which part you would like to see. We have received a query, online query from one of the participants. The dashboard part. Okay. No, actually I had prepared this dashboard. This dashboard obviously will take some time to be prepared. And what I have done, actually, I'll show you in very short time. Actually, I have created some pivot charts, pivot tables. You can see these are just simple pivot tables. And from these pivot tables, I have created some charts. So these are the charts. It might look like, okay, these are simple charts that we have created. I had actually hidden this particular sheet in this Excel. So once I did all this raw data formatting and everything, I just went to unhide this particular sheet and this dashboard came here. So I had prepared it. But this is no ordinary dashboard. This is an interactive dashboard. So this is an interactive dashboard. I'll show you what I mean. See, in normal dashboards, you can just show them as a static chart. However, this is an interactive chart. Suppose, let's say I want to see all my smartphone data. I can just click on smartphone, and then if I click here, I will see that my charts are changing here. And let's say management wants to see only Bangalore sales. So just clicking Bangalore, things will change. So I told you this is no ordinary dashboard. This is an interactive dashboard. And these are all parts of advanced Excel. So like using, these are actually called slicers. So once you have created this pivot charts, you can immediately go to insert, and there is an option called slicer. From here you can create these slicers here. Fine, you can just click here, and first of all you have to click on this particular chart, any of the chart, and then you go here and you will be given all the options on what you want to create slicers for. So I said I want to create slicer for location, month, sales, whatever, sales lead and everything, and then I arrange them with this, like this. Fine. And what is happening now? If I want to see January data, so I click on January, I can see that only laptops and televisions were sold in January. There were no other items that were sold. I want to see what happened in January, April and July. So collectively, this is what has happened in January, April and July, and Rohini was the highest performer in this particular period. So you can see that my data is speaking. So that flat file with what we started off with is now talking to us. Fine. So, and see, once you give dashboard in this format to your management, to your boss, I'm sure they will not come back to you for the same reason. They will definitely come back to you to make things better and to apply these kind of logics to other data as well. So I am like thankful to all of you that you have joined this session and you are gathering such insights which would help definitely for your day-to-day work, for smart work, what we call here. So instead of hard work, prefer smart work, and don't give your boss or your audience or your stakeholders to get back to you with the same kind of questions. You give them an interactive mode. You say that, yes, boss, I have given you an interactive dashboard. Go ahead and play with that. So this was what I wanted to show you. It's just a glimpse of what advanced Excel can do. Now, coming back here, there are so many different other topics as well when we take up, see, I have been taking several of like hundreds of batches I have taken for IBM, Wipro, Deloitte and Sasken, Ariba, and even for Majid Al Futtaim, Dubai. So like everywhere the question was how to apply this. See, you have taught us in a simple data. What if I have a huge data and I want to learn in my scenario? Then I say, okay, fine, you give me your data and I will show you, because if you know the logic, if you know what you're talking about with Excel, then the data doesn't matter. That's why I have taken two different types of data. One is sales data and one is some vegetable, non-veg data, non-vegetable data, fruit and all those things, the grocery items. Is my voice clear now? So I think if I'm going to this PPT mode, the voice is actually hampering. So maybe I will restrict it to this particular view. Now just to give you a brief idea. So whenever you are going for any kind of advanced Excel sessions, make sure that you cover these items. There are amazing features that Excel has incorporated in last few years. So I have shown you just a couple of them. Fine, we have Spark lines, we have Power BI, self-service BIs, and all those things have been incorporated. Apart from this old traditional functions and techniques that are already there, VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, we use it very frequently while doing any data analysis. But I think most of you don't use reverse lookup. So reverse lookup is something that we need to know. That's a very powerful tool of advanced Excel. Data filtering, data sorting, we are doing in day-to-day basis. But how do we do advanced data filtering? Pivot charts and pivot tables we do, pivot tables we make. But did we ever try to make a pivot table out of 3 tables or out of 3 sheets? No. In normal Excel, it is not possible. Fine. But in advanced Excel, in the features that that are there, that has been incorporated, you can actually create pivot tables using multiple tables. Fine. So you can actually have a database feel in Excel. Believe it. I'll show you right away, right here. Whenever you are learning advanced Excel, do learn about slicers and spark lines. This helps you to create interactive dashboards, and dynamic list is one of them. Dynamic list is again a technique. What if analysis, always understand what is what if analysis. Consolidate, data consolidation. Age analysis is something that audience and corporates have been asking me for years now, like how to perform age analysis. Age analysis is like they say that I have got a huge data of tickets. Some tickets are there, some transactions are there, and I have to follow up. I don't know how to start. Where to start from, I don't know. I suggest them do age analysis. Take your tickets, calculate the age, like when it actually was registered into your system, calculate how many days have passed till now, age, calculate the age, and then bucketize them. Greater than 60 days, greater than 30 days, 60 to 30, 30 to 60, those all are buckets. So these are all techniques of advanced Excel. And then finally you can see that, okay, I want to focus on tickets which are more than 60 days or more than 180 days or something, and then you focus and then you perform better in your organization. So these are smart techniques. So you have a huge amount of data. Age analysis is a very tricky thing and very common thing that your managers and boss will would like to see. So always look forward for these kind of programs, this kind of techniques. Learn these techniques, and I bet you will save your time. You will head towards smart work culture, and that would reduce your the time that you spend in your work time actually, and the rest of the time can be utilized for learning more. Fine. So I feel that once you have got a feel of how to like once you're addicted to smart work, the learning never stops. You start finding out different ways of how can we work smartly. And so hence it is a balanced thing. You work smart only when you learn something, and to learn something you need some time, and to gather that time you need to figure out some smart techniques. So that's a cycle that goes on. So I hope that you would apply these techniques and learn more techniques of advanced Excel. So to take it further, LCIPL is also conducting some batches in April. Those are in online mode as well as classroom mode. So we'll be sharing you the schedule shortly with you, the course module and everything, what all things we will be conducting or what all things we will be covering. It's a wide range of topics, not only the topics that I have just highlighted. And believe me, we have some good salient features of training whenever we conduct, like we have access to recordings, and then it is conducted in both online facilities are there, and classroom also we conduct sessions. Assessments are there, proof of learning certificates are there. And now, yes, if you have any questions, you can always write to us, or you can post your queries, suggestions. And I told you that before we end this session, I'm going to show you something very interesting and very informative. And you will just think that, is it Excel? I say yes. So apart from the regular work that we do, Excel also has the features to work with tables. Believe it or not, this is an Excel sheet. And the tool that we have used here is not a external tool for Excel. What I mean to say that I have not purchased anything apart from Microsoft Excel 2013 license. And this comes with Excel. This is Power Pivot. So Power BI or self-service BI is the latest thing that Microsoft has added to Excel. And this is a very powerful thing. And you can see that all the database features are available. So if you have 3 sheets in your Excel workbook, you can link them like this. And once you link them, see what happens. You can actually create dashboards like this. So again, believe it or not, this is Excel. And you can see that this particular dashboard has been prepared using multiple tables. Multiple tables are here. And then you have data, you have charts, you have filters, you have sliders. Sliders, very important feature of Microsoft Excel, which has been incorporated. This is Power View. So Power BI has got different modules. Power Query is one of them. Power View is one of them. And the last but not the least, Power Map. So you can actually convert or view your data in maps in using Google Maps. And you can represent your data in this format also. Believe it or not, this is purely Excel. I have not downloaded and I do not have any license apart from Microsoft Excel. I'll show you how this can be activated if you have Microsoft Office Excel 2013. Watch it carefully. I'm just opening Excel. It's a simple sheet. I'm just opening a new file. And you see that this particular file or this particular Excel environment is a bit different from the one that you usually see. It has got something called Power Query. It has got something called Power Pivot. And if you go to Home, if you go to Insert, you have something called Power View and Power Map. So these are the latest features of Microsoft Excel. And before I leave, I'll definitely show you how did we get that. You just go to Options, you go to Add-ins, and these are all component object models. So COM, you just go to COM Add-ins and you say Go, and here are all the options. You just have to tick, tick, and tick. And then all these features will be available. In case you don't find this Power Query is the root of all these analysis or BI, self BI that is there. If you don't find it, you can download it from your Microsoft website, and that has no charges as such. There is no charge. You can just download it. It's free. If you have Excel 2013 license, then you can just download it and you can just enable it. And the power, I just showed you what is the power of Power Query and Power BI, Power View, and Power Query. Fine. So this is just a glimpse of what the kind of trainings that we impart. And when we say Excel, it is just not like data, but how to draw inferences out of that particular data. And in case you have any feedback, any suggestion, or any queries, because we will be arranging programs, as I told you, classroom training sessions and online training sessions as well. So if you have any feedback, any queries, please write to us at info@lcipl.com, and I would request you to just send your, or right now also you can raise your hand and then pose your queries if you have any. We'll just wait for some time to gather your queries, and I would like to address that right here. This is a new experience for me as well as for you, I believe, to attend such webinars where we actually learn something out of the tools that are already present in our system. So we don't have to bother about purchasing license or investing on licenses or asking for our management to enable or buy licenses for us. So this is purely Excel, and this is purely the final part that I showed you was purely Power BI that is there in Excel. So here is your Excel. Okay, so I hope that I was able to give you some spark. I was able to enable a spark which would let you think about how you use Excel and give you an introduction to the powerful tools that are there in regular Excel. And believe me, all these the things that I showed you, Power Query, using this Excel is no more confined to your flat data. Using Excel now, you can connect to IBM DB2, Oracle databases, SQL servers. You can also find data directly from online mediums. So things are not confined here, and this is absolutely fast. So don't think that if I'm connecting to SQL server and if I'm connecting to IBM database, this will slow down my performance. No, because these features actually take the background performance is taken care by Microsoft Azure. So Microsoft Azure is in running in background for all your queries that you are working on. So that's why it is fast and it is effective as well. So using simple Excel, using simple spreadsheet tool, you can perform really good BI insights. So with that, we come to an end of this session and hope it was informative and you could take away some learnings from this particular webinar. So thank you all for joining this session and have a great day ahead. Thanks for joining. Bye.